What's up, guys? I'm Metal. I'm to 150 classic albums by the end of the year. I'm also doing some Patreon requests, and someone on Patreon requested SLAYTANIC Zukenee. I've never heard of this artist. I'm going completely blind, don't know what they sound like, nothing of the sort. The only thing I know is that the fact that I had to put up the genre on the notepad there, that it's Southern Hip Hop Trap, and apparently Pitchfork gave it a pretty high review, a 7.4, like notoriously dicks, so that seems like a pretty high score. I'm curious to jump into it. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Alright. This is a nice vibe to it. Ooh, I like how it's building. Ooh. Don't play with that motherfucking slate. Young nigga go ape shit bait. I'ma fucking you take you on a date. I got shooters and swords in the race. No type, I don't look at the race. I got fuck on the first day. Yeah, yeah, pussy, pussy. 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 First and goal, tryna push into shit. You switch, she wasn't going. Why the fuck she looking? Come get your hoe. Slay the cloud, she tryna give me cookie. Give her a round of applause when the steak is cooking. He has a nice fucking like charisma to himself. I'm gonna look up some stuff about him because I don't know anything. Well, he's basically my age, what the Interesting. It says people also search 9 Vicious and Phoenix. Is there any relation to these people? Do it again, bitch. This a sequel. Ooh. Don't play with that motherfucking slate. Young nigga go ape shit bait. I'ma fucking you take on a date. I don't know, it just has some nice fucking groove to it. Like, it's not that pounding of a beat or anything. It's just fucking vibey as fuck. Like, it's crazy, actually. The production doesn't have, like, a massive punch to it. Like, I know, when it comes to, like, trap, that sort of thing, to have this sort of groove to it where, like, wants me to bob the same, like, the way that it does, usually you would have, like, a stronger fucking bass hit. Like stronger beat hits, but it kind of has like a, I know it's like not a tinny quality, but like a kind of like trinkety quality to the beat. And his swagger just fucking propels it to be a groovy as fuck. Like not, yeah, like a groovy fucking track. If you haven't watched one of my videos before, I do ratings on the side. These are my first listens ratings. I listen to these projects multiple times over before I post them to my Discord, where you can chat to me about my ratings. I'm always active in there. I'm also posting to Album of the Year, which is the music rating website I use. That says 600 reviews. I actually have 1,200. Before this channel started, I basically listened to 20 albums front to back my entire life. I was incredibly uncultured when it comes to broader music. I used to listen to the same music over and over again, Linkin Park, fucking Bring Me Horizon, all that. Lil Peep. And I started this channel to delve into classic albums for the first time, like Nevermind, Black Sabbath, fucking, who else? The Beatles. Just a bunch of people, Lauryn Hill, Kanye West, never heard any of them, so I listened to that sort of stuff. And yeah, now I've listened to 1,200 albums. My average rating is a 6 out of 10. I sort of think that's because I'm listening to more good music than bad, because I'm listening to mostly Patreon requests, because I have about 200 subs on Patreon. Don't understand why, but I appreciate the fuck out of it. And on my Patreon, it's $5 a month. You get to request an album that's 50 minutes or less, which is what Patreon did here. Or you, on that same tier, you can request a classic album, which is 350 albums that I haven't heard before, that are classics. Think any Weekend project, think any Travis Scott, basically. And then all the way back to like the 50s with like fucking Miles Davis and shit like that. And you can request that irregardless of the time constraints. There's also an $8 tier, which means you get to pick 2 from the classic list, and one album that's 90 minutes or less. But because of that, yeah, my average rating is a 6 out of 10. I think spiritually it's a 5 out of 10. Because if something's a 5.1, I think it's above that. And I just get requested so many good albums, because no one's going to request shit stuff. Like, they're not requesting the worst Imagine Dragons project. They're requesting their favorite project from underground artists, or they're requesting the classic artist, which is always going to skew towards a higher rating. But yeah, this track is pretty fucking good. I would just say, like, it's just a 7. Like, the beat, weirdly, I like it. Like, I think it works. But as I said, like, if it had more of a punch to it, I feel like that's what I would have expected for the like flow that he sort of had on the thing, and like the amount of like vigor that the track feels like it was infused with. But I don't even know if that would make it necessarily too much better. It's just, this is a fucking solid track. This is a nice production. Who's doing it? Murder. Ooh. That's a sick fucking waka. That's a sick producer. Ooh. This feels like it genuinely is like embodying like original Southern hip hop shit. I like it. Oh, he has such a fucking nice vibe to him. All these bitches the same, but all my bitches relate. Okay, but all my bitches got cake. Full of car, this nigga got ace, and he have been broke trace. I was up for 4 days. That money in 4 ways. Bird is on the train, dirt not on my name. Real before the fame, rich after the fame. I made Mary Kate while smoking Mary Kate. The real is gonna production is quite fucking sick. I also like his swagger on this. This feels like a very dance sort of track. So I'll say like it's like decent to like 6.5 maybe. Like I think it might actually lean towards a 6.5, but which basically 6 is decent, 7's good, and 8's great, and 9's amazing, 10's perfect. It's leaning towards more like decent to good, but yeah, neat production. But his the performance, like his vocals, it feels like it's a bit muted. Like it's not as loud or something, like vocal mixing wise. I don't know. It's also a very short track, so maybe you just need time to breathe. I'm not sure if I like this one. It feels very... I know it's on my audio levels because I just listened to another album like 2 seconds ago, but it sounds very quiet. I feel like if the production had like a better clarity to it, this could maybe hit harder, but it just sounds so vaporous. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of this one, which is interesting considering it's the most popular. I would assume I'd like it the most. His performance is less interesting on this one too. I would say it's a 3. I like the production. There's like cool ideas happening there. I feel like if the production quality was just like clarity and quality was just upped a bit, and his performance was just a tad different, I would fuck with it. Also, me talking over this, you're listening to the audio of the songs 14 decibels lower than what I'm hearing. So I'm like talking at like over a club level of volume. So I'm not missing anything. Like I can barely hear myself. Wake up, I break down my weed, got it front top shelf. Fulfill all my wants and needs, she could get the L. That's a nice little group to it. Double cup over when I sip in this shit.
Moving slow like a snail. All I do is win now.
I don't like the haze.
We catch L's. Trap move like the in and out. Burgers flipping.
I don't know why.
Young niggas still ride with pistol. Flip the corner, I get the head.
It's so quiet. I wish like the strings were louder. Like, or at least his vocals be louder or something. Like, it doesn't sound like a volume thing. It literally just sounds like the production is small, mixing wise. And like, I don't know. Instead of being a solid movement, it feels like it's like a small, wispy sound. Which actually is getting this like to lower in my mind. If I'm being honest, like maybe a 4 with like it's just a mixing thing. I want to make that abundantly clear because I'm not just hating for no reason, because I actually want to like every project and like every song, and I like a lot of things that are going on here. Like I think there's potential. It's just the mixing just doesn't even, like this comes in with a bit more clarity, and I think that's just like the nature of pianos. But all the other like beats and stuff like that, I feel like it just needs a bit of like a high production quality. Actually, like this has a bit of movement and like weight to it, but like the other ones didn't feel like it had punch because of the wispy nature of the production.
I got hoes on my dick, who go lower on the dick. She won't ride on the slate, she got a motor in her shit. And she like to slip and slide, I need a coaster in this bitch. Up inside her early morning, need mimosa in this bitch. Doggy, hey doggy. Horses, Rari. Frog eyes, Froggy. Heartbreak, Mari. Top drop.
I feel like lyrically, the weakest track, but for that first minute, I had a hit.
12 a.m. when I thought me come. Bitch, don't ask when I be done. You been doing shit and
you know what? This is actually a compliment, because I weirdly like the track. It gives me kind of like Peanuts to Elephant by Lil Wayne, which gives it a bit of fun injection to it. In my opinion.
Heartbreak, Mari.
Ooh, I like the... See, they know... Fuck, I'm sorry. The producers know how to expand the fucking auditory palette. Because it's not like the directional sound there was just muted. And it was like only using half of the fucking auditory world or whatever the fuck. That... It literally... His voice went into another dimension that they haven't even used. Like, if this is the full fucking scope of sound, obviously this is the middle, this is the full scope of sound. They've been using this, and then they just write, and I'm like, oh, I want this to sound a bit larger, and they're like, okay, we'll only do that for the fucking ad-lib. And we put it on the left-hand channel, and we're just going to put it over to here, and then we're going to put that over here. It's like, why not use all of it for the rest of the beat, so it, like, doesn't sound as wispy and has a bit of punch. It doesn't have to, like, if you want the effect of that to be a bit, like, interesting, where it's like, holy shit, I didn't expect your voice to be there. At least, like, instead of using this, use this, and then expand it out to here to still have that effect. But, yeah. That's crazy. They actually know where the sounds can go. It's just, they're not using the full fucking scope of it. Like, that's so... That makes, like, the auditory world here feel so much larger. Now the dogs... Alright, I'm gonna say this is like 5.5, 6 maybe. I'll say decent, because like... Nah, 5.5. Wait, nah, 6. That's just a subjective thing. Because like, I actually don't think this track technically is that bad. I just personally don't think I like it. It's like a mixture of like a RuneScape Circus beat which I actually don't think is bad. It's just I don't vibe with it much. That's just a me issue. Alright. I kind of like the little vignette sort of aspects of these tracks. I still think this is like a 3 or 4 to me. 3.5. I feel 4, probably. Funnily enough, the interlude being the longest track. Goat. Why do they do that, by the way? Because interludes are usually like instrumental little passages. But I've seen a few projects where the interludes are the longest. Every day off the weight, get the rags. Every day shaking the jakes, I got the bait. You wanna see some fucked up shit? Look at the lady. Thinking she got ass, go ahead, look at my bait. Old money not showing my age. With the brick up, now he's beige. Give me that. How these niggas yelling slime? We ain't never slack. I get stupid racks. I got plenty. I got plenty racks. Streets fucking with the kid. I got plenty plaques. Niggas complain, I'm not on the same thing. I let that chopper swing, I let that chopper bang. I'm on some Slayer shit. No, I've been a boy, I fillet some shit. She go crazy for that dick, I got a taste of it. I done caught the Holy Spirit, baptized any rats. Wake up and she bad, wake up and she bad. Geek party, I done walked in silly bags. Molto no más fan this one.
That's the killer cam. Pussy on my face, give me that. Every day off the
I like the more like faint piano sort of sound.
I got the bait. You wanna see some fucked up shit? Look at the lady. Thinking she got ass.
I'll say like
look at my bait. Old money not showing my age. With the brick up, now he's beige.
it's alright.
Give me that. How these niggas yelling slime? We ain't never.
You know, 5.5 maybe? 6? I have like a bit of a positive benefit because I do like the. I don't know, I like that sound. It gives it a nice weight, like emotional weight to it. I like it. You know, I'll give it a 6. I think it's fucking decent. I think his rapping performance isn't the best here, but I'm already missing like the first 2 tracks where he had like a fucking solid swagger to him. And it makes me think it's like a mixing issue. I can't think of why it would just be he raps what like good on those tracks.
House round the village, junkies in that bitch. Glacier on my wrist, Shanae name my bitch. Took her off my list, swipe to the next bitch. Linda up the street, see on that same old shit. We creeping through the weekend at my main little bitch. Shout out to my blacksmith, I need a new switch. I need a thick red bone bitch to suck. Don't tell my neighborhood they on that Slayer shit. My neighbor, he got 6 so afraid to face a bitch. Horses in my yard, my diamonds dancing, they bitch. Why the fucking like would you ever go say that bitch? Neighborhood watching that nigga, you try say the bitch. Blick it been flashing like camera on my fader shit. Ho, is you cool? I peeped that you was on hater shit. Married the game with you and her is no relation. Smoke though till I'm Asian. Facing, I'm pacing. Dungeon. Who let the nun in? They say no smoke here. I brought a gun in.
If I'm being honest, me disliking this, I don't have any negative feelings towards this guy because like it literally just looks like he's having fun. It just sounds like he's having fun. He's just fucking vibing, fucking about. That's a forward focus. I think that's 12. 12 pin me right now, then I go to jail. Ryan dirty pixels and glass rhyme with a smell. Not pulling over tire screeching, say by the bill. Safe out of hell. I made it safe out of there. Back to my neighborhood. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of a decent amount of these tracks now, which is kind of sad because the starting was like kind of like quite promising.
I got lean good. Fuck up the speaker, break the meter. Buck up and freak some, she want threesome. It takes one to teach, one to lesson begun. And my diamonds sitting like the sun. I still broke.
I like the bit of the haunting strings in the back. I like that.
We got swords and guns. We got swords and guns. Don't give up about the Forbes, I got funds. I hope you keep it lunch when they come. I walk in, make up lunch, then she come. Lean cup, I got lean good. Yeah. Fuck up the speaker, break the meter. Buck up and freak some, she want threesome. It takes one to teach, one to lesson begun. This is swords where I'm from. Don't give up about the Forbes, I got funds. This is swords where I'm from. Don't give up about the Forbes, I got funds.
It's like, it just feels like very underdeveloped to me. Like, I think actually a lot, like maybe quite a few of these tracks will even go lower because it's like, a lot of the time when I'm listening to something that has shorter track lengths, in the underground scene, I feel like Rage fits it well because it's quite a maximalist genre that like hits you with a billion fucking sounds, wall sounds, and there's so many different like layers and intricacies here. This is a very stripped back fucking album, despite the fact that it's trying to convey a lot of energy. There is not a lot going on when it comes to the production on like different like layers and creative things. It's like it's trying to capture a vibe of like a southern hip hop like 2000s sort of era, but that's about it. And it's not trying to do it by making it like overly textured. It's actually trying to strip back the texture quite a bit. I'm pretty like, maybe that's not the intent, but that's like the effect. And yeah, I just, because of that, like Rage fits having tracks that are this song length. This just feels like you're getting like demos for 2000s rap songs with southern hip hop songs, and they're like 3 to 4 minutes long. So you'll get me like 1 minute 50s of those. So it just feels very underdeveloped to me.
Like Pilates, 100,000 on my wrist and I dropped out of college. A goon in a slayer, can you tell me what you call it? Work in the new trap, I stretch it like Pilates. Diamonds on my wrist, they hitting hard and you can't fight it. Bitch think I'ma bite it, bitch think I'ma bite that. That pussy wet like kayak, she might get a bag or two. This nigga think I'm fighting, I show him with that ratchet. Put him in a hula hoop, spin him like a hula hoop. That's just what my water do, that's just what I told him to. Word the block for photo too, she clean out this and shoulder suit. You're asking what you're supposed to do, I'ma show you what you're supposed to do. Bad bitch, her face beat, and her waist petite. But man, like a freaking queen, I damn near clocked her teeth. All this sucker shit that's going on beyond me. Yeah, I've been stretching work on trying to get that money. Yeah. Put it on the slate, if you play, he'll play. I'm on some fucking shit, I might go show it on my face.
This one has a nice rap to it, I guess. That's pretty good rap performance on this one. See, I was almost forgetting that the start of this album was very promising, because this comes back to that. That's like, it's a good fucking song. Like, it's just good.
Out, her body stretching like Pilates. 100,000 on my wrist and I dropped out of college. A goon in a slayer, can you tell me what you call it? Work in the new trap, I stretch it like Pilates.
Alright, this has a nice beat to it. Are we gonna get a resurgence at the end here?
She wanna get it right now. I just been sipping on dirty shit. That's how I'm feeling right now. Say like cut up the birds and shit. Get them in, get it right out. Work came in. Big It can't fit in my house. You better watch with what you say before I fuck your mouth. Let me watch my mouth. I'm on this pill biting down. New whip, new alignment. New bats, new diamonds. Draw down with no assignment. Groupie bitch, a whole deny bitch. 3-some bitch be bonded. Wanna fuck, just be honest. Bricks going over yonder. Wanna bet over under. Ovation, raise my hand up. Stay like we got no manners. Walk in the trap, it no candle. Lit the candle, bitches, no lantern. You wanna fuck right now? She wanna get it right now. I just been sipping on dirty shit. That's how I'm feeling right now. Say like cut up the birds and shit. Get them in, get it right out. Work came in. It can't fit in my house. You better watch with what you say.
Oh, sounds like decent. It has like a bit of like, I don't know, of like that energy and swagger that we had at the start. And the beat is pretty nice with the strings and stuff. There's like cool, there's very cool ideas here. I just don't think it fully like materializes a lot of the time. This sounds like it's gonna be good. It is using like, I sadly don't know the actual sample, but like it's a iconic sample.
This shit would get the poppin' like grease. Ain't no nigga poppin' like me. Sissing sores on the side of my seat. I can't believe what my eyes see. What the fuck did I do? I get to the chill, I high beast. Diamonds on my neck, this the Irene. Her body look like something that come up out the coke machine. She talking to her diary, girl, what you roll by me? What you roll by me?
Get the poppin'. Regret your shit, we fillin' up the stocking. Yeah, you coulda got placed, but you blocked it. Yo, she sent me good, then I go over shopping. Round, glock. Stay up, baby, drop it on the dot. If the grease cold, still pop.
Round, glock. Round.
I don't like it.
We poppin', we so poppin'. Slay running shit, they got no option. I like to fold my bitch, I like to count my wishes, I like to blow that stick. First thing that they seen, they gon' know about this. Racks in
Like it had, this had actually a decent amount of potential for me, but it feels like it's just meandering.
Sissing sores on the side of my seat. I can't believe what my eyes see. What the fuck did I see? I get to the chill, I high beast. Diamonds on my neck, this the Irene. Her body look like something that come up out the coke machine. She talking to her diary, girl, what you roll by me? What you roll by me?
Yeah, if the album feels so underdeveloped. Like this doesn't have a pun. It has more pun, but it still feels like it doesn't have it as much fun as it should. I like the production though. It reminds me of the first track, I guess, where it's like a bit less punchy than I would like, but it still has like a pretty cool production. I like his vocals on this. Kind of gives me like Afro Man vibes weirdly.
But I swear it's different this time. It's different, yeah. Wildin', we wildin'. Let's go do it in the woods, we wildin'. Slaves love nature. So get good, you don't gotta be quiet. We don't fuck on acres and acres. Let's do it in the woods, like the slaves should. The village burned down, I miss my neighborhood. Met a few bad bitches, shout out to Robin Hood. Like we were running for 12, my bitches Robin Hood. Follow me to the woods, let's do it in the woods, like a slayer should. I come from that low down dirty shit, I wish that a fuck nigga would. I see you lame man niggas.
I'll say it's decent. I think like the production is just, it's a bit more interesting to me. It's more whimsical. I like it. Like it gives me some like nostalgic sort of vibes, for like I don't know, fucking Tom and Jerry or something. Yeah, I'd say this might be the second best, third best song. Overall, I wish that the amount of ambition on this track was a part of like a lot of the other tracks. I think like it's not. I don't. Obviously, if you like subbed and requested this, you know I don't seek out to find negatives or anything. I'm just trying to explain why something isn't messing with me, and this project overall just feels underdeveloped to me. But like, he has a swagger to him, and there are tracks that have like some cool production. It just feels the production is a bit thin at times, and the tracks are too short for the vibe that they're trying to get across, which is like this 2000s southern hip hop stuff. That they're using like a modern day sort of track lengths of like minute 30s, minute 50s to try and convey stuff that used to be, if we're being honest, like southern hip hop tracks. They sometimes were like 5 fucking minutes, like that. They're long, like a lot of the times they were longer, despite having a lot of high energy. And some of the time with the production mixed with Zukenee here, they're just. He isn't able to deliver on that energy. He was on Cut Your Hand. Straight, really good opener track. Yoga, he does it as well. But throughout the rest of the project, it feels very scant when it comes to that sort of thing. I appreciate the request. Even though, like, I didn't love the album or anything like that, I appreciate the request. I fucking love you. Thank you. Even, like, albums I don't love, I still enjoy reacting to them because it's, like, I don't know, like, I think it's also a good proof that, like, I'm always going to be genuine. Like, I'm not going to love every single thing. And I just hope that the way that I do it is constructive and respectful. But yeah, I thank you so much. If you enjoyed watching this video, and you're watching this far, supporting up, but if you want to support further, you can go to my Patreon, $5 a month to request an album. I love you guys. Thank you. Peace.